What?
Lights look good, they start to dance. Things are chance. Variables in a trance. Python takes us to advance. Functions call with melodies. Logic flows like gentle seas. Syntax singing in the breeze. Bugs are just a minor tease.
Hey guys, how you doing? How's your day going? How has your year been going? Happy New Year, happy Merry Christmas, happy holidays, compliments of the season. Hope you guys have had like an amazing 2024 and I wish you all a much more better 2025 to come. But in the spirit of hopping into the new year, I decided that let's go back to some of the basic projects that everybody that is a developer has done. I'm revamping myself, I guess. I'm finally going out of Python a little bit. I'm currently learning React and I might take you guys on the journey with me. All I've done so far is set up the project and I hate JavaScript. I really hate JavaScript. But I'm going to do it because that is part of my New Year's resolution, even though the New Year's has not reached yet. Maybe that's why I'm not taking it very seriously yet. So hopefully from January I'll be more serious with it, and hopefully before January ends, I would have created an amazing project using React. Fingers crossed. But in the spirit of taking new steps, let's take a similar step that we're already familiar with. We need something to bring us back home. So we're going to do a project that if you're a developer and you haven't done this project, it's like, what are you actually doing with your life? But we're going to take it up a notch. We are not like other people. We're demure, we're very different. We are going to be modifying our number guessing game. We are going to implement something called storage. Well, not exactly, but we're going to save it. We're going to be using our SQLite tree to store user points so that we can have a working leaderboard. So we're just going to jump into it. We're going to start by setting up our SQLite. The reason why I'm using SQLite because it's still a little bit similar to SQL, but like SQLite, it's a lighter version of SQL, so it's not as demanding as. But you don't exactly have to have like a serious familiarity. SQL naturally is like an easy language to understand. It's SQL a language, but we're just going to jump right in. So first things first, install the models we need. So we're going to be importing random and importing SQLite tree. So import random. This for the game itself. And we're going to be importing SQLite tree. You don't need to install anything, I don't think. Okay, so firstly, let's set up our database. So ignore me if I'm not really typing very well. My nails are a little bit too long. So we're going to first off start off by setting up the database. So we're going to set up. So we're just creating a basic function to handle the whole connection process. So naturally, if we're using Postgres, there'll be like a lot of database authentication, but SQLite stores into like a file. So it's more of like reading from that file. So the authentication needed is not really as severe as like, oh, authenticate, get your yeah, we're not doing all that. So if you want me to do a more advanced one, maybe using SQL or Postgres, I think integrating Postgres into Python is at least that's what I'm more familiar with. So if you want me to integrate any of that, you can let me know. Or also recently I started using DynamoDB. That stores using JSON type, so it's non-structured, it's easy. So if you want me to recreate the project or create a different project using any of the structure, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, we're going to just call SQLite.connect. And we're just going to create where we want the file to be. So my current file is in a folder. So I would want to retain that folder. Let me just copy the folder name so it will be accurate. So we're just going to retain the folder and then we're going to pass in the name of our file. Let's just say game users because it's the user's name. Well, save it. And the file is a db file, so it's .db. Next, we need to create our pointer, our cursor. And we're going to just con.cursor. That doesn't sound right. And lastly, we're just going to create a basic execution to create the table that we'll be using. So we need to first of all check if the table exists, and if it doesn't exist, then we're going to create it. So if you want to run any SQL command, it's within this execute that you run it. So whether you are using SQLite, Postgres, or whatever, it's inside this I don't know how to execute. It's inside this execute that you're going to run your code. So let's just okay. So the first thing we're going to write a create function, which is what you use to create the table, and we're going to pass a condition to check if the table we want to use exists or not. Exists. And we're going to use the table, just call the table users. I don't know. No, in the next video, my names will be okay. So we're going to say what are the fields we want. So we want to have the user's name, which is how we're able to track which user each point belongs to. Then what data type is it going to be as? So the data type is going to be, let's just use a text. And we want this to be the primary key so that you can only have one primary. Oh god, my English. By 2025, I hope to become better in English. Then I want to store the points that the users have made, and this is obviously going to be an integer. And lastly, so in order to, like, let's say someone wants to add a point to the leaderboard, I want to verify, like, okay, it's just this is going to function almost like a password, but I want to confirm, okay, that this username belongs to me. We're going to ask the users to create a secret word. So let's store the secret word. Secret word. And that's just going to be a text. Okay. Now let's create a function to save the points that the user earns once the game is completed. So I'm just going to create the function now. Okay, so let's just create the function save user points. So we just need to get the username, which we'll create an official function, which is to start the game. So we'll collect the username there, and we'll also get the points, which is the points the user has earned from the game that they just played. Then we're going to just go to connection, allow cursor. Now we want to check if the user exists. That is when we're now going to bring up the secret word. So to so we're going to now search within the table. So first of all, we're going to say So we're just saying if the user exists, we're going to now verify the secret word. They will need to confirm it. Because what's happening? Next, we need to handle if we're creating a new user. So first of all, we need to get the secret word for what the user is. So we're going to now ask the user to create a new secret word. And we're just going to use input. Then we'll just push our change and just close everything. And now let's go into the main game. So this part of the game now you should be a bit more familiar with it. So we're just going to do the basic game setup. So we're going to split all the basic functionalities into different functions so it'll be easier for you to manage. So first thing, we need users to be able to select a level. So we're going to have dev select level. So we're going to have three levels: easy, medium, and hard. So easy would be maybe from 1 to 10, medium be from 1 to 100, hard be from 1 to 1000. So we're going to just print select level. So we're just going to handle the number as a string instead of as an integer. So we're just going to say make your choice. So we're going to just ensure that they input a valid level. So if level not in, So we're just going to have a list that would have all the input we want. Don't forget it's a string, so we're going to say 1, 2, 3. Then we're just going to return invalid input. Also, we're going to return their level. Okay, for the next function, we want a function to generate the value that these are supposed to guess. So we're going to say def generate value. So from this, we want to get the level that user is in, so we know what value type we are generating for the user. So we're going to say if level is equal to, let me just copy this. So if level is equal to 1, we want value. So we're going to use random to generate a random integer that is rand int. Then we're now going to say we want to start from 1 to 10. That is if level is equal to 2, then we want value to be equal to random dot rand int. I said 1 to 100. So what am I doing? Oh, sorry. It's equal to. I was wondering why is everything showing red? Forgive me. Else, we're going to say value, because remember that here we've already cut. If the value is not 1, 2, or 3, it's going to return invalid. So anything that is passed is either 1, 2, or 3. So we don't need to now do else pass or something like that. So we're going to say plus if value is going to be equal to random dot rand int. I'll do 1000. Then would return this value. Okay. Now we need a function to actually allow users play the game. So we need to handle their turn. So in this one, we're going to give them 3 guesses. You can give them as much guesses as you want. You can also decide that your guess will vary based on what level of difficulty you choose. But I'm just giving everybody 3 guesses overall because third time is the charm. So we're going to say attempt. So we need to get the user's level and we need to get the value that they are actually attempting to guess so that we can validate it. So this is the amount of guesses that they have, then their current points that will be adding to the leaderboard. So for the points, we're going to say if they guess at first try 10 points, second try 5, third try 1. So we're going to print, you have 3 guesses. Now, in the when they're attempting to make a guess, we want to give them a prompt saying that okay, you're supposed to try and make a guess from 1 to a certain number. So we're going to have a guessable value, I guess, just the range at which your values can be at. So instead of just printing that whole long statement continuously, we're just going to say if level. Let me just copy this. So we're going to say if level is also will have guessable value. So let's just replace value with guessable value. This one is 10. So 10, 100, and 1,000. Now we're going to have a loop running whilst they still have life left on them. So we're going to say while guesses is greater than 0. That means they have not used out all their whole lives. Now we need to make sure that we're removing from that life, even though it's going to be an infinite loop, which we want to prevent. So we're going to now keep track of the user's guess. So we're going to, this has to be an integer because it's a random integer that is being generated. Then we're going to get an input. So now we're going to say, please make a guess from 1 to, I'm not going to get the guessable value. That's the only reason why we created that. So I will know what the limit of the value they can guess is. Now we're going to verify that if the guess that they made is equal to the value, which is the value that we got from the previous function, we're going to print like correct or something. Yes, that's an exclamation mark. Forgive me. Now we want to associate, like assign points for them. So we're going to say if like we want to check which, like how long it took for them to get it. So if guesses is equal to 3, then we're giving them 10 points. Plus equals to 10. I guess we could just assign it because it's not like we're gathering points. But let's just copy this. And then we can just break at this point so that the function ends. Now for when they get it wrong, so we want to first print to let them know it was wrong. Should we keep track of how many guesses they have left? Let's keep track. So try again. You have yeah, I should probably define the guesses first, but either ways we have guesses -1, and it's just going to continue looping until guesses equals to 0. Should we do 5? I feel like 5 is better. Let's do 5. Let's do 5. Now we want to officially end the function. We're going to say if guesses is equal to 0. Okay, let's use a formatted string for it so we don't know what the value we're trying to get was. The out of guesses, the correct value was value, and we'll just return the point so that we can pass the point into those previous functions we defined at first to save it into the database. So we're going to return point. Okay, now let's just add a little one more tidbit to just display the leaderboard at the end of the game. Like, remember all those old games you used to play, so you have like something to show the leaderboard. You can also go a step further and just add the option that when they're starting the game that they can just choose to show the leaderboard, but I'm just going to show leaderboard at the ending of the game. So show the leaderboard. Okay, so we need to call our connection, our cursor. Okay, cursor dot execute, select username, points from users, order by points. Let's not have any limit. Let them show everything. Then we're going to say users to print. Let's just add like a break on a new line to make it look more presentable. Leaderboard. Alright, now let's create our last function to actually start the game. So we're going to say def start underscore game. For this one, you don't really need to define it on the function, but just for the sake of modularity, I'm so generated for us. Print welcome to the guessing game. Username input, please enter your username. So select level, generate value. Okay, it's good enough. And lastly, let's now call this start game function. And let's test it. Okay, please enter your username. Let's go for easy. Oh, I did not change that number from 3, so we need to update that. Please make it get from 1 to 10 to 4, 5. What is this? Line 9. Where's the perfect point to break from? Maybe we should break from here. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's try it one last time. Okay. What is our secret word? Let us see. User created. So let's run it one more time. Oh, that's it. So now you're saying enter a secret word to confirm there's something wrong. Incorrect secret word, so it didn't save. So let's try that one more time. So I'm going to try and see with the correct secret word. I think we need to add dot lower at the back of the username so that even oh yeah, we also need to handle errors. So should maybe in the next video we'll handle we'll add exception handling for stuff like that. Or should we just do that now? Let's do that. So these are attempts. So we must not really go in depth right now. So just do try. So let's just add this one. So, and then we're going to print. Let us print an error code. An error code. Is there another place where we expect an integer value? Then we want to save the username. We'll add dot lower. Okay. What is the safe word? Okay, so even though so I think now that should be all the errors we need to catch because none of them else should have any error. But if you want us to create a more advanced version of this project, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Sorry for missing out some of those other ones. I was not paying much attention. I was just trying to like rush all the functions. But if there's any other function, if there's any other thing you want us to add, let me know. If you want us to use a different type of database, let me know. But till then, I'll see you guys in the next video and I'll see you guys in 2025. I don't know if I'm going to upload any other video this year. The year's already over. What's today's date? Today's 28th. The year's already over. I don't know if this video will come out before 2025, but if it does, see you guys then. Have a beautiful rest of your year. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And yeah, lots of love. Bye guys.